Morning after our wedding, my husband brought a notary to breakfast and slid papers across the table to steal my grandmother's $800 million company. His mother patted my hand and said, "Let the men handle it." None of them knew I'd been recording since they walked through the door. The morning after our wedding, my husband brought a notary to breakfast and slid papers across the table to steal my grandmother's $800 million company. His mother patted my hand and said, "Let the men handle it." None of them knew I'd been recording since they walked through the door. I was still in my ivory robe, still wearing the diamond earrings my grandmother Elena left me. Still stupid enough to believe marriage meant safety. Nathan kissed my forehead, gentle, soft, like he hadn't just placed a thick folder beside my coffee cup. "Just sign here, Charlotte," he said, casual. Like it was nothing. His mother Diane pushed the papers closer. "A wife's assets should strengthen her husband's family." I looked down. Transfer of ownership. $800 million in textile contracts, patents, and commercial properties across Texas and North Carolina. The company my grandmother built after arriving from Honduras with a broken sewing machine and nothing else. A housekeeper appeared in the doorway carrying fresh towels. She saw the papers, saw my face, backed out without a word. "How did you find out about this?" Nathan smiled, but something flickered underneath. His father Richard laughed. "Don't be dramatic. Nathan has debts. We've got expansion plans in Dallas. You're part of this family now." Diane placed her cold fingers over my hand. "And honestly, sweetheart, you don't exactly seem like someone capable of running a corporation." There it was. Not love, not partnership, ownership. Suddenly every memory rearranged itself. Nathan proposing after a summer storm, whispering he loved how quiet I was. Diane calling me sweet but simple. Richard joking at parties that it was refreshing to meet a woman who doesn't obsess over business. I had let them believe all of it. Wore understated dresses, smiled through insults, poured bourbon while they talked money around me like I was furniture. Because my grandmother's final lesson was simple. Never show wolves where you hide the steel. The notary cleared his throat. "Mrs. Bennett, if you could initial each page, my name," I said quietly, "is Charlotte Rivera." Nathan's jaw tightened. "Not anymore." I picked up the pen. Diane's eyes glittered. Richard leaned back like victory already belonged to him. Then I drew a single line through the signature block. "No, dead." Silence. The notary's pen stopped. Diane's smile cracked down the middle. Nathan stood so fast his chair scraped hardwood. "You don't understand what you're refusing." "I understand perfectly." "Don't embarrass yourself," Diane snapped. "You're emotional, young. You need guidance." My grandmother scrubbed factory floors before she owned factory. "Don't speak about things you didn't build," and leaned closer. "Everything has a price." He paused. "So do you." Pain cracked through my chest. Quick, hot. Then I breathed. They took my silence for fear. That was their first mistake. By noon, Nathan froze our joint account. By 2, Diane was calling relatives saying I was mentally unstable. By 4, Richard's attorney emailed claiming Nathan had marital rights to manage my finances. A cousin texted me a screenshot from the family group chat. The word unhinged circled 3 times. At dinner, Nathan tossed my phone on the table. "You'll sign tomorrow. Or I'll tell everyone you married me for status and hid assets. Judges don't like dishonest women." He smiled. "There's my quiet little wife." Quiet little wife. I had overseen billion-dollar acquisitions since 27. Sat across from investors who sharpened knives behind smiles. Nathan wasn't a predator. He was a spoiled child pounding on a locked vault. That night, while he slept like a king, I opened the encrypted tablet hidden beneath a false panel in my dressing room floor. Sent 3 messages. 1 to my corporate attorney. 1 to the investigator my grandmother trusted for 20 years. 1 to a judge's clerk, attaching the prenup Nathan signed without reading because he assumed a quiet woman could never be dangerous. Next morning, Nathan, the notary, back. Richard brought champagne. This time they added a second document transferring all voting shares into Nathan's name. I read every page. Looked up. "This is fraud." Nathan laughed. "No, this is marriage." The notary wouldn't meet my eyes. That's when I noticed his cufflink. Silver initials. RB, Richard Bennett. The notary was never neutral. One more nail. I didn't sign. I reached into my purse and set a small black recorder on the center of the table. Diane's smile disappeared. Nathan stared at it. "What the hell is that?" I lifted it between my fingers. The exact moment this family destroyed itself. Nobody moved. Nathan's hand was shaking. Diane looked at Richard. Richard looked at the door. I picked up my phone, dialed Evelyn Ross. My attorney answered on the first ring. I said 5 words. "Bring everything to the boardroom." Full story below.